Radio. You're in the men's room.
This escalated quickly. An Idaho man is accused of stabbing another man in the head with a screwdriver.
Damn.
Because the guy was talking about medical marijuana at an in-home care facility.
What?
According to online records, Markadin Miles England, 22, charged with 2 felony counts of aggravated battery. They say April 22nd, police responded to an in-home care facility after receiving reports of a man being stabbed in the head with a flat screwdriver. Police arrived at the scene and saw the man outside the facility being treated with a significant head wound that was bleeding profusely.
I believe that.
Witnesses told the officer that England was inside the home and they were ordered to move behind a patrol car. Now, when he emerged from the home, he was told to get to the ground and he complied. After he was read his rights, he allegedly told the police officer that the victim was a resident of the facility and was maybe distributing pot to another person, according to the newspaper. Now, according to police, the victim was speaking with another facility's resident about medical marijuana cards.
Okay.
England heard them talking about weed, grabbed the screwdriver and a metal pot. According to the records, England struck the victim in the head with a pot.
Oh!
When a caretaker tried to intervene, that's when he pulled out the, he almost knocked him unconscious. When he wasn't unconscious, England then tossed the victim outside of the residence and began stabbing him with a screwdriver. It is unclear if England was a resident at the care facility, which was not named in the court records. Each count of aggravated battery carries a potential punishment of up to 15 years in prison. So things got a little strange there pretty quick.
For talking about medical marijuana.
He thought he was dealing drugs to this guy. And in the end, the guy said, the guy who was talking to
Okay,
said,
I got it.
We were just talking about, I was interested in getting my medical marijuana card. Idaho, I'm not even sure if they have that available.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they were
No,
just
they
talking
don't.
about the possibility.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a hanging offense over in Idaho to have any kind of weed.
Idaho gonna be Idaho.
Our question, why were you in the hospital and who were you there for? 206-803-ROD.
Hello, Dan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
How we doing, guys?
Doing good, Dan. How are you, man?
I'm doing a lot better than I was last month.
All
Okay.
right.
So I work in the restaurant industry, and they chose me to be the prime rib carver. And after 8 hours in front of that heat lamp, I was not feeling right. I looked at a buddy and said, I'm going to go get some air. I made about halfway through the kitchen, and apparently I looked like old school Hulk Hogan. My arms seized up, and I just started groaning, and then just took a domer on the concrete floor. So, yeah.
What the hell happened?
Were you working at a buffet?
Yeah, we were doing a buffet on Easter, so
Okay.
it was after serving about 700 people. I was a little tired.
Yeah, brother, I do not envy you. I hated Easter and Valentine's Day. As far as my restaurant years went, those are the 2 days I hated absolutely the most. So, Dan, you normally work in the kitchen, right?
No, I'm actually a catering director, so I plan
okay.
the wedding parties and the large events, and I just kind of help out when needed in the kitchen.
How do you?
So it wasn't exactly.
How do you? Okay. See, I'm carving the prime rib, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you hide the burnt ends and then put them away so that no one can see them, so that you can have them for yourself later? Like, what is the technique?
We're serving 700 people, so I'm going through like 8 logs of prime. I just set aside like 4 for me, and then I just save the rest for whoever I like.
Yeah,
Okay,
I get it,
all
man.
right, okay.
I absolutely get it. So
That's the best part.
you did that for 7 hours straight?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So what did they
man.
say? You just passed out from exhaustion?
We still don't know. I'm still waiting to get an MRI. I was apparently bleeding from the eyes, the mouth, the nose, just on the kitchen floor in the middle of this massive buffet. All the staff were freaking out. It took 45 minutes or so for paramedics to stabilize me. And then I woke up the next morning at Harborview. Apparently I was airlifted, and I opened my eyes and I saw like the hotel curtains. I thought I just tied one off after that buffet and went, and got a hotel room.
That was your first thought?
That was my first thought. And then I kind of, coming to, and I realized I've got this thing on my beard, and I got a big old beard. But I was fully hooked up to the ventilator. It was nuts, man.
So do you have any recollection? I mean, obviously, you remember carving the prime rib, but I mean, of passing out or any of that?
No, as soon as I walked around the corner of that kitchen, I don't remember anything
See,
when waking up.
This is what sucks. You got a helicopter ride. I would want to be somewhat alert just so I can look out the window and go, all right, I'm in a helicopter.
Bro.
You're going to get the bill for it.
Yeah.
That's for
Bro,
damn sure.
If I'm paying $100,000 for a helicopter ride, I want to experience it.
Yeah.
But
Can
that
you
was
buzz
not
me?
the
Can you
case,
buzz me
so.
around the San Juans,
Do
the
they-
Space Needle, something?
So have they, I know you said they're not quite sure. Have they made any suggestions of what it might be? And again, this just goes back to the bill. Like, look, man, don't tell me you have no idea, but also I'm about to drop $100K on a helicopter ride. Like, give me something to work with here.
They have not gotten back to me. Like the EKG came back clean, but we're still waiting for neurology to look at the MRI or get an MRI scheduled. And they said it'd be like 30 to 60 days. So I'm kind of in that weird phase where, like, could I pass out at any time? Like, I'm not sure.
Well,
Now,
yeah.
do you think that the helicopter ride, do you think it was specifically because, like you said, you fell face down on concrete, or is it because they think possibly there was some neurological thing?
I'm not sure. I really have no more details other than that. Here's the messed up part, guys. Like, I got injured at work. So that's L&I, right? And now L&I is trying to fight me, saying the seizure is my fault. So
It's L&I, brother. Listen, L&I is like insurance. They're going to, they, in spite of you paying into it, they never want to give you the money back. That said, I'd reach out to Patrick Palace. I mean, that's what the man does if they're going to play this game, because here's the thing. You were at work. That's the whole point. You went down at work. You were doing your job. You spent 7 hours covering up delicious meat for people to eat on Easter.
I hear you. It's a messed up system, man.
Yeah, seriously. Reach out to him,
but
man.
seriously, as far as driving and all that stuff, like if you're an epileptic, there's a bunch of things. Like when my daughter had her seizure, after that all happened and kind of settled it, and I started doing some research and everything, I'm like, kid, if you're going to go swimming, you need to go swimming. You need to do the buddy system, which they tell you to do
have
anyway.
to.
I mean, but you need to do the buddy system in a pool.
Everything. Yeah.
You know, like typically they tell you that a lake, ocean, whatever, the river. But man, and then when she would drive, she drove down to San Diego, up and back from Seattle, and
By yourself?
yeah, and those were just the times where I was like, oh man,
Yeah,
like,
of course.
you know, because if something happens, you know, this is when you have that medical emergency, and you know, that's the cause of the wreck.
And by the time you would even find out,
Yeah.
when I was like, hey, but dude, seriously, man, reach out to Patrick Palace. This is what the man, you know how L&I is. Like I said, it's like anything. They can do everything they can to skirt their responsibility, but this is what the man does.
Why were you in the hospital, and who were you there for? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jared. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hola.
All right, so when I was like 17 or so, I had my wisdom teeth removed, and normally they come in vertically, but mine came in horizontally,
What?
and so yeah,
So they were coming up
So-
sideways?
yeah, so they were coming back to front, and so they took them out with a chisel, and in the process, they broke my jaw, both bottom sockets, and the top left socket. And then the oral surgeon did a really poor job.
Did you get this done in an alley behind 7-Eleven? I mean, these are licensed people, right? Good God, man.
Yeah, it really sounds like it was done right about next to a dumpster. You know, just something off the internet.
I mean, it does.
$6, right? But he left bone fragments in 3 of the 4 sockets.
So he didn't get all the teeth out.
Well, he got all the teeth out, but he left fragments,
Okay.
like little shards.
Yeah.
Right. And so, you know, a couple of weeks later, right, these fragments begin to rot after he stitched them up inside. And it ended up leading to me getting periodontal necrosis, which is necrosis of the gums, where your gums actually die and rot.
How fast were you able to get that taken care of? Was that emergency surgery?
Well, I went into my dentist, who I've been going to since I was like 4. You know, once my mom's like, "Oh my God, your breath just smells like death," and he just went in and he just cut open some of the stitches that were still there, and he was just like scooping out pus out of the socket.
Ew.
Right. And you know, during the first 2 days, because I have a couple of prescriptions that I'm on, and they had me on so many different just like disinfectants.
Okay.
And then all the trauma from, you know, breaking my jaw and all that. I wasn't able to sleep, and then all the medications just mixing. I ended up having 8 seizures in 2 days.
Jesus, man.
What about now, all these years later? Like, what is your situation now? Is that now behind you, or are there still complications from all that?
My jaw on the right side locks up a bit, But, it's fine. You just kind of like pop it back into place. But other than that, I'm fine.
Did the dentist say that was medical malpractice?